Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. So glad you're here. What do we got going on? Well, the stock market, right? We've had that rally off of the bottom, rallied up 21%. 21%. I mean, that is a great bear market rally. That is a joke. You see, a lot of people think we're in a bear market, right? Because the NASDAQ had touched down below 20%. 20% is an arbitrary number. When you drop 20%, in theory, you're in a bear market. I say when you break the 200-week moving average, then you're in a bear market. We didn't come close to that. So we came down and we rallied up 21% in this bear market rally. Now there's going to be a bear market, but we're still in this 16-year bull market. We haven't broken it yet. We're still in it. They're going to push it up one more time to new record highs. Now we are getting a little overbought here. Now here's the thing. Okay, so we've rallied up 21%. We're above the 200-day, the 50 days below the 200-day. This means that normally this will pull back to the 200-day moving average. It pulls back to the averages when the 50-day is down below the 200-day. Now, if the 50-day was up here, I'd say we're just going to keep going and make a new record high right now. But I do think that we're going to get a pullback, probably a shallow pullback, but we will come back and retest that 200-day moving average before we head up higher to the new record highs. You can tell that they're still pumping liquidity in this market. Man, somebody's buying those junk bonds. They love the junk bonds, right? Junk bonds are at a record high. These are the bonds of the corporations that can't make any money to even pay the interest, but yet the bonds are at a record high. Everybody wants them. Well, actually, the only person that really wants them is the Federal Reserve. Now, the Federal Reserve apparently cannot control the long end of the bond, the 10-year, the 20-year, the 30-year. Look at the TLT. You see the TLT coming down lower and lower, and he's going to continue to head lower and lower as rates get higher and higher. You get that 10-year above 5%, and then you're going to bring in that bear market really quick, but that's just my take. Now, here was the good news that pushed us above the 200-day moving average. I mean, this was fabulous. I mean, we made a deal with China, right? I mean, it came out the headline, China trade victory. Now, do you really think this was a big victory? First of all, there's no deal. No deal. It's a 90-day pause. A 90-day pause. And during that 90 days, you're only going to have to pay 30% more for the stuff that you buy. Now, isn't that a win? Isn't that great? You see, Donald, he's got this way to spin things. China trade victory. Really? I don't think we won this. Matter of fact, there's no trade deal. How can we win a trade war when there's no deal set up? Yeah, we got a 90-day pause, then we get to do it all over again. We'll see how it plays out. Maybe we come out the victor, but I don't think so. I don't think we got a victory right now. But that's just what the Donald's take is. You see, we have to pay 30% more for our stuff, and the China people, they only have to pay 10% more for our stuff. Now, maybe this was a win for the government because the government gets to collect some money that they desperately need. You see, the tariffs are really just a sideshow. I mean, the main event is the debt, right? 37 trillion, 120 trillion unfunded. That's the main event. Nobody's got a solution for that. So let's do these tariffs. And I'm not faulting the Donald. He's trying to bring some money into the coffers. And who was the big winner in the trade war? I think it was the Donald. He gets a $400 million jet from Qatar, right? $400 million jet. Now, it's my understanding that he gets to keep the jet in his family after he leaves the presidency. It doesn't go to the next president. Oh, no. It will be the jet that Donald and his family, Donnie Jr., they'll get to fly around, right? I mean, that's their jet now. $400 million. It's very good to be president, right? You can come out with your own coin. You can come out with the Trump coin. You can come out with the Melania coin. You can fleece billions of dollars from the general public anytime you want. Plus, you can game the stock market. Donald's a master at this. He pumped it up right now. He's going to dump this market. Be careful. He's going to dump it soon. It's going to be the pump and dump, right? But he's got the inside track. He can let his friends know when it's going to be, the announcements are going to be coming out. But he's got to back off a little bit. Donald, it's getting embarrassing. I mean, I know you're on the take, $400 million jet. That's got to be sweet, right? I mean, I love flying, right? I got my my private pilot's license. I haven't flown in years, but they don't expire. I still got a license. Now, he's flying the Big Ten, right? Now, I got a couple of friends. They're hedge fund managers. They let me ride on the Big Ten with them. I mean, you talk about people wanting to go from coach to first class. No. That's not the way to fly. You got to fly Big Ten. That's where your plane rolls up with two pilots and a stewardess. You drive your car up, pop the trunk. They take your luggage out, put it on the plane. You walk up. There is no security check. You just board the plane. This is Big Ten. Couple of my friends let me fly with them. I don't have the money to have Big Ten, but if you got a friend that does, I highly recommend it. It's the way to travel. That's just my take, right? But the Donald, he's got $400 million of Big Ten, right? And he's going to continue to fly in that plane long after he's the president. And even if he kicks the bucket, his family's going to fly around in that jet, right? But anyways, he's the big winner. He's got a layoff. You see, this is like a banana republic, right? I mean, you got your currency crashing. You got your government there on the take. You got to lay off a little bit, Donald. It's getting embarrassing. All right, let's get over to the housing market now. Just a quick aside. Let's talk about houses. Let's talk about real estate in general. All right, so the housing market bubble is finally popping, right? It's finally popping. But Mike, in my area, prices are still going up. Of course they are. Your area, it's never going to pop. Buy another one in your area and watch them continue to go up. Us realtors, we need the help, man. We need the people to come in and buy. But you see, the housing market is already popped, but it's invisible to you. I see it because I live this way, right? I live with real money. Gold, housing market down already 50%. When Billy Bob sold up here at the top, put his money in gold, now I can buy that same house back and keep half of his gold, and he's that much richer, right? Because the housing market has popped in terms of real money. Now, gold's had a little bit of a pullback here. It's a gift. Am I still bullish? Never been more bullish. Here's why. That trade deal is making them trade in other currencies. Like now, China's trading with Russia, right? China's trading with Japan. They don't even like Japan, but they'd rather trade with them than us, right? So they're doing trades in their own currencies now. The dollar's becoming, well, it's kind of just getting devalued. See, I get the comments all the time, but Mike, I can't buy gold. It's overvalued. Like, gold's not overvalued. It hasn't changed. 1 ounce of gold is still 1 ounce of gold. The only thing that's changed is your dollar, and your dollar is devaluing every single day. Why? Because they're going to print and print and print. And now maybe houses never drop in nominal terms. Maybe they print enough money to keep them up here. Now, why would they do such a thing? Well, because they need your tax money, right? I mean, property taxes, good news. This is great news. Actually, every city in the United States, property taxes went up last year. Single city, even if your city went down, your property taxes went up. Isn't that great news? There's going to be more money for the governments to spend willy-nilly. They like to go willy-nilly a lot of times. But you see, here's the thing. You go out there into these new subdivisions, right? And they're pushing these ARMs. Remember those adjustable rate mortgages, right? Very common back right before the last bust in the housing market, right? Well, they're pushing those again. You know what they're telling the people? Don't get a 7% mortgage. Get this adjustable rate. You only have to pay 3%. Then 2 years from now, when it goes up to 10%, you can refinance, right? Oh, that doesn't make any sense. See, they tell you it's going to be coming down. Not going to be coming down. My take is mortgage rates are going to be going above 10%. But why is the bubble popping? It's popping because home ownership has become a pipe dream for most people. Most people, it's out of reach, right? They're unaffordable. They are up here. They can't afford them. Even the ones at bottom can't afford them. Why? Because everything else went up. Groceries went up. Gas went up. Utility bills went up. Property taxes, every city, they went up, right? That's really cool. Anyways, insurance has doubled and tripled, and that's if you can get it. Maintenance expenses and repairs. You need a new roof. My goodness, had to put one on a house I sold recently. It was like 30 grand for a 1,200 square foot house. Just ridiculous. Anyways, here's the other thing, right? I'm selling this house. I haven't got the listing yet. Actually, the guy that's got the listing, he kind of had a back injury, and he's flat in bed on the anti-inflammatories, those are them. He's trying to get back up so we can get his house onto the market. But anyways, it's a $3 million house, right? So someone comes and buys this house, right? They got $36,000 in property taxes for the rest of their life. That does not go away, does not come down, only goes up. Every city it went up last year, right? So $36,000 a year, that's like renting a house. $3,000 a month, right? I mean, you can rent a pretty good house, pretty decent house for $3,000 a month. Now, the one that's selling for $5 million does cost $5,000 a month to rent an equivalent house. So there's a lot of opportunity there to be a renter instead of an owner. But everybody wants to be an owner, right? That's the American dream. It is the American nightmare right now. If you buy right now, you will be the bag holder in no uncertain terms. I want you to go out and buy. I am a real estate broker. I want you to come and buy this $3 million listing I'm going to get because I like to get paid. That's just my take. But you see, things are tough out there right now. Things are not easy for a lot of people. Now, I know you hear that this is the best economy ever. The Donald, he'll tell you what a great economy it is. Well, we both know the economy is going down in the toilet. The only thing that's great is the stock market, which is going to go up to new record highs, going to bring Bitcoin right along with it. But they're going to come down at the same time. Nothing to get all excited about here. Now, you still got about 5% more for the stock market to go up, hit that new record, and then we'll talk, right? But you're going to get there, but you're going to pull back first, and you're going to bounce then and get to that new record high. This is just my take. A lot of the moon boys think we're going to just keep going straight up, and a lot of the bears, this is just a bear market rally, right? Don't buy it. It's a bear market rally. Going to come back down, make a new low. And I suppose that's possible, right? I just don't think it's time yet, right? I think it's going to get pushed up, and then it's going to come back down. But there's problems in the housing market. Now, the thing is the consumer. The consumer is broke, man. They're broke. And the consumer is 70% of the economy. This could explain why the economy is circling the drain, right? The consumer, 70%, and yet credit card delinquencies are at a record high. Never been higher, right? I mean, McDonald's now, they came out with earnings. Apparently, it's a luxury to go to McDonald's. People can't afford to go to McDonald's anymore. When I was a kid, that's where my mom said, if she didn't want to cook, go to McDonald's, get some food, right? And it was cheap. It was real cheap. It was like 12 cents for a hamburger. Oh, man, now people can't afford it. It's a luxury. McDonald's earnings way down. But here's the other thing they can't afford. They can't afford their mortgage. The new subprime crisis is really the FHA loans where they put 3% down, and then they get the house. If their house does not continue to go up, then they stop paying. And you know what? There's 6 million people in the United States that aren't paying. But Mike, why don't we kick them out? Well, that your buddy Joe Biden, right? His last day in office signed a bill. We can't kick them out till 2026. 2026, you're going to see an avalanche of inventory, but house prices probably will already start going down before then. But if they don't, 2026, we'll just have the big crash with 6 million houses coming on the market. I mean, in the last subprime crisis, right? I mean, it wasn't even 2 million foreclosures. We're talking 6 million people already out there not paying their rent. You could look at the FHA market. I mean, we got 12%. 12% of people are not paying on their mortgages. 12% delinquency rate on FHA loans right now. That's insanity. That's out of control. The credit card record high. You've never had more price reductions in houses. Why? Because nothing's selling, right? Oh, you say, but in my area, the house next door just sold with 3 offers, $200,000 overpriced, and you live in a great area. It's never going to pop. Hurry up and buy that house. Get it before your neighbor gets it. Get 2 or 3 of them, and then you can watch what's going to happen, because it's coming, even to your area, it's starting in, Florida, moved to Texas. Now it's in my area, California. Oh no, I got to get this $3 million one sold before it hits, because it's going to hit hard. It's going to hit with force. And then the houses come down. Everybody tell me I'm an idiot, right? I say, hey, they're already down 50%. If you do what Billy Bob did, sold his houses, put it into gold, he could buy them all back right now if he wanted. That Billy Bob, he is a genius. Anyways, that's all I really got to talk about today. Give me the thumbs up if you like this stuff. Punch that subscribe button. Get out there, everybody. Enjoy the day. Bye-bye now.